What's up, guys? How would you feel having every information you need to study abroad as an international student at the tip of your finger? Yes, so I've been getting a lot of DMs from people from Nigeria and some other parts of Africa telling me that they want to leave Nigeria, mostly Nigerians, that they want to japa from Nigeria. So in order to answer this question, or in order to help them to japa from Nigeria, I am starting a new series on my channel called the Japa Series, and today we are having the first episode of this series, which is a guide for scholarship for international students, a guide to study abroad on scholarship for international students. This is the first episode on this series. So if you want to japa from Nigeria, or if you want to travel abroad to study on scholarship, you need to follow up this series from the beginning to the end, because I'll be dropping a lot of interesting facts and a lot of information that will benefit you as a student that wants to travel abroad for study. So watch this video to the end. It's going to be a 7-day series, so we'll be uploading on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday till Sunday. So 7 days of the week, every day, and we'll be giving you information you need to travel abroad. Stay tuned, subscribe to this channel, like our videos, and stay entertained. So we are going to start off with two different categories: scholarships and financial aids. Financial aids is based majorly on your family income, your financial status and need, whereas scholarship is based on merit, which includes both academic and non-academic merits. So the first scholarship on our list is the merit-based scholarship. A lot of students have failed to recognize this scholarship. A merit-based scholarship is offered by basically every school in the US, in Canada, or in UK. A merit-based scholarship does not consider your financial status or your financial need. If you come from the most wealthy family or from the poorest family, it has nothing to do with that. A merit-based scholarship is based on your academic performance and your extracurricular activities. Let's say in your class you are among the top students or the overall best students in your class, or your grades are as high as, let's say, 10.9.5 CGPA or so. So based on your academic performance and your extracurricular activities, for instance, those who are involved in sporting activities or are involved in one activity or one social club in the school, they are qualified for merit-based scholarship. So a merit-based scholarship is given automatically to students. You don't need to write any special application, because most scholarships you need to submit a special application, but for a merit-based scholarship you don't need that. All you have to do is apply to the school, and when you've applied to the school, submit your transcript and all that, and all your extracurricular activities, every award you've won, every competition you've been involved in. The school admission board will go through your academic records, like your transcript and your results, and go through your extracurricular activities. Now, based on your performance, your academic performance, how good you've performed when you are in high school or when you are in your undergraduate, and how well you've been involved in extracurricular activities, you can get a merit-based scholarship. It is automatic. So your merit-based scholarship ranges from, let's say, $5,000 and above, depending on the school. Some schools can give higher, while some schools can give lower, based on your academic records. This scholarship is like a way of the school saying, oh yes, you've done so great academically, you've done so great in sports, you've done so great in social activities, and in order to show appreciation to you, we are giving you this amount of scholarship, amount of merit-based scholarship. So merit-based scholarship can also be renewed yearly, provided that you keep your grades high. Like once your academic grades are sustained, like you keep on getting high grades and keep on topping your class, or keep on being the best student you are, you can renew your merit-based scholarship every year. Let's say, for instance, you are going for an undergraduate course of 4 years. Of 4 years, in each of your years, like when you enter a new academic session, you have to renew your merit-based scholarship, provided that your grades are high and you maintain your good academic fit. How do you go about getting a merit-based scholarship? All you have to do is, whatever college or whatever university you want to apply to, just go to the university's website and search for merit-based scholarship, and a list of merit-based scholarship will be provided for you, and you can check out the requirements and check out the processes of applying for that scholarship. Like I said before, mostly or almost all the universities in the US, Canada, UK, and some other countries have merit-based scholarship to give to you. So you have to go to their website and check and see how you can go about it. The next type of scholarship is the college-based scholarship. A college-based scholarship is awarded based on different factors that include essay competitions, different college contests, and sometimes SAT and TOEFL scores. For instance, University of Mississippi, Florida Agriculture and Mechanical University, University of Tennessee, Utah State University, or in the US, these universities offer scholarship based on your scores in your SAT, on your ACT, like your English proficiency scores. Like when you write your SAT exam and you get a very high grade in your SAT exams, you can be awarded a college-based scholarships in any of these schools. So most schools in Canada, US, or UK, they offer college-based scholarship based on these factors I mentioned: essay competitions, different college contests, or your SAT or ACT scores. So you can get scholarship based on this. But then the thing is that it's not quite easy to get this scholarship because they are very, very competitive. But then I'm not here to discourage you. If you write your SAT or ACT exam as a Nigerian and you get a very high score or high grade, you can apply for a college-based scholarship with this result. It is a very lucrative one also. But then just know that it might not be that easy, and it might not come in full funded form. It might be just tuition-free scholarship or tuition waiver. So how do you source this college-based scholarship? Like I said, you have to go to the website of this university, like University of Mississippi, University of Tennessee, Utah State University, University of Florida Agriculture and Mechanical University, and the rest of them. Check out the requirements for applying for or for getting a college-based scholarship, and there are a lot of websites out there where you can search and get the list of college-based scholarships. I mean, a lot of universities in Canada, UK, US have lots of competitions, lots of contests, essay competitions, sports competitions, and the rest of them, sometimes photography competitions. So you can apply for these competitions, and if you win the competitions, you can get the opportunity to receive a college-based scholarship. The next category on our list is the financial aid. Like I said before, financial aid is based on your family income and financial needs. This takes into consideration the number of people in your family, and out of this number, how many are working and how much do they earn annually. So in this kind of scholarship, you have to apply to it separately. You have to write a separate application, and you have to apply for this scholarship when you are applying to a university. For instance, if you're starting your application, you have to indicate that you need financial aid. Otherwise, it will be very difficult. In fact, it will be impossible to apply for financial aid again. So financial aid has to be submitted alongside your college application. So you have to take note of this very well. If not, you've missed the opportunity of ever apply for a financial aid. The schools won't care whether you later in the future you have a financial need or not. They don't care. You have to apply for this at the beginning. And one thing you have to take note of is that not all universities or colleges offer financial aid. There are certain universities and certain colleges that offer financial aid. So when applying for your university or applying for your college, you need to check up the school's website and be sure whether or not the school offers financial aid or not. So most importantly, apply for your financial aid while submitting your college application. So before we go deeply on how you can apply for a financial aid, let's look at some terminologies. Need-based aid is a financial aid that is awarded to students that demonstrate financial need and family financial status, and also meets certain eligibility criteria, which includes early submission. So for you to be considered for a need-based aid, you have to submit your college application alongside your financial aid application as early as possible. Don't waste time in submitting this. Don't wait for the end of the admission process or admission deadline before you can submit your college application or your need-based or your financial aid application. Submit this as soon as possible so that you can be considered, because every university can't meet the financial need of every student. So there's a limited slot, and this limited slot are given to those who apply early. It comes with first come, first serve. So you have to apply as soon as possible and early to be considered. Also, another criteria is your family need. Some universities offer need-based aid based on your family financial need. Let's say your family earns less than the required tuition fee. The school can decide to give you a need-based aid that will complement your family financial need. For instance, Harvard University. You can see from here Harvard University offers full funded or 100% financial need. Because Harvard is committed to affordability, our scholarships are designed to cover 100% of your demonstrated financial needs. As you can see, the process is: first we determine your award by establishing your parents' contribution, then we factor in student employment and outside awards you've received. Your remaining need will be covered by scholarship funds, which are grant based and never to be repaid. And Columbia State University. Now, for Columbia University, we have need-based financial aid. For admitted international students, Columbia will meet 100% of a family's demonstrated need based on the information provided in the financial aid application. So you have to provide the information needed on the CSS application. The average award for international financial aid recipient is about 66,250 Canadian dollars, usually encompassing a Columbia grant which does not have to be repaid, and students could also work. You can see this is the financial aid from Columbia University. International students must indicate their plan to apply for financial aid when submitting their admission application. If admitted without requesting financial aid, international students may not change their status to apply for aid. Even if their financial circumstances change, international financial aid cannot be awarded in subsequent years if not awarded at the time of admission. So it is very important that you apply for your financial aid through the CSS application while or before you get admitted into the university. So how do you get this right? What is the right approach to your financial aid application? All that has to do with financial aid is contained in a separate college application called the CSS. The CSS contains every information that would help you to be considered and eligible for a financial aid. The CSS application contains basically your family financial background. How many family members do you have? Out of this number, how many are working? How much does each of the working member of your family earn? So each of this information is required for you to be considered and eligible for a financial aid, and you have to submit your CSS application before you get admission into that particular university or that particular college. So you have to submit it alongside your college application. After you've been admitted into a particular university or into a particular college, then this university can take a look at your CSS application, and they will review it and see if you are going to be eligible for a financial aid or not. And note that you can get maybe a 100% financial aid or less than that, or just like a few amounts of dollars. This is dependent on the admission committee. The admission committee will go through your CSS application after you've been granted an admission into the school, and they will look at your family background, look at your family financial need, and see whether they can give you a full funded financial need or a partial financial aid or so. While filling your CSS application, make sure that you don't leave any stone unturned. Make sure you fill in every detail about your family financial background, because it is going to help you, and you have to submit this application in time, because late submission will lead to you being ineligible to get any financial aid. Also, there is no parameter to determine how much financial aid you can get. For instance, A and B are applying to the same university, and A indicated is financial need and B indicated a financial need, and A gets a full funded or 100% financial aid and B gets less than that. So it's not a problem and it doesn't mean anything. The admission committee probably have gone through A's financial need application and goes through B financial aid application, and based on their review, they decide to give A full funded financial aid and give B much lesser financial aid. So this is all dependent on the admission committee. Some students might be lucky and they will get a full ride scholarship. Sometimes you will go to YouTube and you see a random video, how I got a full ride scholarship to Harvard University, how I got a full ride scholarship to this particular university. Don't say because okay, this person got a full ride scholarship, I'm going to get a full ride scholarship also. No, it is not like that. The admission committee would have to go through your financial aid application, that is the CSS, and based on all you've written there, they will determine what kind of scholarship you can get. So while filling your application, please pay close attention and make sure that you indicate a very strong financial need. Make sure that your application is convincing enough, and you have to submit bank statements and all that, I guess. So take note of this and put up a very good CSS application now to get a full ride financial aid, or get at least something reasonable. So I'm not going to leave our postgraduate students out of this video. As a postgraduate student, you're quite lucky. You're luckier than the undergraduate student, because as a postgraduate student, you have a lot and plethora of opportunities out there to fund your studies. You can get teaching assistance, you can get research assistance, you can get different scholarships and loan as a master's or PhD student. Many universities have a lot of scholarship, both external and internal scholarship for you as a master's or PhD student. But then if you're going for master's or PhD, you are not eligible for a financial aid. Financial aid is just for undergraduate. But then don't be discouraged, because there are a lot of opportunities there for you. So while applying for any university or any college, just check out their scholarships. Most of the scholarships there are for graduates or master's, PhD students. So you can get loan, you can get teaching assistance, you can get work study visa, you can get a lot of opportunities to fund your studies, both fully funded, partial funded, or a reasonable amount of money to fund your study as a PhD or a master student. So take note of these opportunities and start applying for them, and make sure you apply as early as possible, because most of these scholarships have to be applied in time and they have different and separate applications. So guys, that is that for this particular video, guide to scholarship for international students, and I hope you gained a lot of information from this video. If that is the case, you know what to do. Just click on the like button, subscribe to this channel, and expect episode 2. For you to be notified about episode 2, you have to turn on your notification for this channel, so that when we upload episode 2 and subsequent episodes, you would be notified by YouTube. I hope I've been able to help you through this application guide as a student who wants to japa from Nigeria or from your country to study abroad. See you guys in the next episode, and bye for now.